Welcome, 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 everyone, to another fabulous night of T2B, which is toptobottom.com. That's TOP number 2 BOTTU for unique M.com. Now, tonight's segment, of course, is questions, concerns, and gift ideas. The questions, concerns are based off of the ones that are in the chat room. And of course, allowing the chat to flow, they're going to be answered by the CEO. We graciously apologize. The CEO is not feeling so well to be on camera, yet I believe they're feeling well enough to answer questions and concerns in the chat. So if you wish to comment your questions or send your comments in the chat, please feel free to do so. And I may not see them right away, so I apologize. If I see them, I'll answer them. I'm trying to get it where I can see it, but it's not popping up for me just quite yet. So we're just going to go, if you just bear with me 47 seconds, let me see if I can pull it up another way, because I don't want anybody to feel that I'm not part of any questions, comments, and concerns. Okay, so with that fact I have in front of me, I do see some questions, and comments. I'm able to see the comments box, which is fair. Okay, so first and foremost, welcome once again to those that are joining and those that are watching and those that are watching the replay. This is Top to Bottom. I am the candle connoisseur to Top to Bottom, which is TOP number 2 BOTTU, which is for unique M.com. Now, just in case for those that don't understand that, it's www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique M.com. Now, as I mentioned, I'm the candle connoisseur behind Top to Bottom. I make candles, and I only make candles, and 99% of the products that you would find on the Top to Bottom website is made by my queen, the CEO, Mrs. Garcia. She is the one that would be in the chat, possibly. She's not feeling well, so we apologize to everyone watching and watching the replay and joining. She may answer some questions that many of you may have, and or any comments. She'll be more than glad to graciously make her presence and answer any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat box. So with that being said, tonight's episode or tonight's preview or tonight's reasoning for us to be here is so that you people, friends and family, nieces and nephews, friends from afar, friends that are near, that are on Ron's Opinion Don't Matter channel are being exposed to this, because this is something that he wants to allow everyone on his channel to know where he gets all his products from. Ron and his family are very, very gracious enough to be part of the Top to Bottom family, in the essence of they're our biggest customer, and they don't get paid for anything that is provided on the channel. And Ron is just basically a person who believes in the product. We are American made. We're here in the United States. We make everything by hand. What I mean by that is every single product that you will see on the website is made by hand. And the ingredients, I call ingredients, and or the items that are used to make the products are also very, very strongly sourced from very, very important and popular suppliers. This way you know what you're getting, and it's actually something that's not going to get you ill and or affect your way of living. Because a lot of us don't understand how we're getting sick, and it most likely is because the products that we're using to either wash our hair, wash our faces, wash our bodies, even down to the lotion. You know, we said this once, we've said it twice, we've said it many, many times. You keep using a product that's not technically made for you, you're going to continue getting sick, and you're going to continue not trying to understand why you're getting sick, because the doctors are not going to know, because they don't go back to the natural root of the cause, which most likely is something that you have applied to your body and or ingested into your body. So with that being said, I want you to understand that tonight I'm going to talk about some products, because of course we have some great gift ideas. We have decided to place many items on a gift portion of the website. So when you go in, you see all the gifts or all the items that are under $20. Yes, we have many items. For many of you that feel you're not able to afford it, we also turned around and we found a way to partner with a third-party company to allow you to have payment installments, which means if you spend $100, you probably only pay $25. And of course, just like all the other places that have the portion payments, which is Klarna, Afterpay, PerPay, all these other companies, you pay a portion 4 times a month, and you get your gift out there. So here's an opportunity for you to get a gift for your friend, family, loved one, or even that person that you don't like, because you give them a gift, they'll turn around and realize that you're not that bad of a person, and they're not that bad either because you thought about it. So let's understand that this is exactly what we're doing. And I want to give a shout out to Little Niece Queen for stopping in. Little Niece Queen, a hug and a kiss, of course, on the forehead, because of course Little Niece Queen is, she is a niece and she's supportive as well, which she's also a big supporter behind Top to Bottom as well. And again, that's www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique M.com. Now, one of the biggest things we talk about in Top to Bottom is this. We focus on caring for the whole self. That is our slogan. Our slogan is caring for the whole self. Why care for the whole self? Due to the fact of how many people fail to follow simple directions and try to figure out why certain things are not happening. And they want to have healthy hair. They want to have healthy skin. They want to have a nice journey to get back to that happiness in their hair and their skin, even down to their beards. A lot of guys, I just spoke to a guy just yesterday, and he said, "No, I don't do anything. My wife takes care of it." But his beard looked like a mess. I mean, if someone was to say this guy had a good beard, I have to look at them 3 times and say, "What is it that you saw?" The length, yeah, the length is good. You can't hide the length. But when you see the little stragglies and you see what's called the pitchfork and you see little knots in the hair, some of you know what I'm talking about. When you got the pitchfork in the hair, you got the knots in the hair, you're trying to figure out why your hair is breaking, if it's in braids, if it's locks, and you always have it in twists. You're suffocating the hair from the inside out. That's what's happening. So you got to find a way to hydrate that hair. And you guys heard me the last time talk about hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is one of the biggest items or ingredients that we use in most of our products because we need to make sure your hair and your skin gets hydrated. A fella reached out to us just the other day and said, "You know what? Where I live at, the winter's coming in, and the winter's very, very harsh on me, and I'm always working outdoors. Do you have something that you can recommend to me?" I told him, I said, "Sure we do. Why don't you go to the website first of all, which is www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique M.com, and look up the actual body custard. The body custard, we can actually make it in several different aromas. If in fact you have a specific aroma that you like, you probably would find it in the drop down because we have a drop down where it allows you to actually pick the aroma you want. And if you have a particular aroma, like for example, someone reached out to us and said that they wanted it in baby powder aroma. So we made a baby powder aroma for that person, and they're quite happy with it because then they turned around and they bought the body gel. They turned around and gave a gift of body gel and body spray and baby oil and baby powder scent to other people, and all those other people were very, very happy with it. So we try to very much appease, or rather appease, the right word today, to as many people as possible because many people have different ideas of what they would like to gift, and of course what they would like on their bodies. So please understand, we have various aromas for all of our products. And one of the biggest things that I always talk about is if you can read the ingredients, you should feel very, very happy about what you're putting on your body. Because if you can't read the ingredients, then you should be questioning what are you putting on your body. Because many of you, and I've seen this, and I'm going to say it like this, 99% of the people do this. They grab the item, for example, they grab the item and they open it, they squeeze it open, and they smell it, right? They look at this beautiful bottle like, what is that? Oh, it smells so nice. And then they buy it. But they don't read the instructions. They don't read what's in it. They don't understand what's in it because, again, it's not made for them to understand what it's made with. It's just made for them to get sick with and just spend your money with it. So what we did, we made sure that when we went to school, we followed up with the formulations. We went, well, not we. the wife, she went to school to formulate and create what she's made, and which presently, and I say we because I'm the one that actually takes her and sits there and listens now and then to how it is done and how it's formulated to be correctly formulated for those that will not get ill from it. So the reason why I bring that up is because one of our subscribers, and I'm going to put his name out there because of course he has several videos of him. We're very very pleased that he's doing this. His name is Ant Like the Bug. Ant Like the Bug has ventured out and asked us to assist him in his journey in gaining the right beard. He never had a mustache, according to what he says. And even if you watch his videos also show that he's never had a mustache. So he's really thriving to get a mustache. Now, we know he has a situation up on top, which is called the donut. He's missing hair on the top. But if we keep our fingers crossed, I believe that as long as he stays with the journey on his beard, he'll turn around and use the same items on his beard. He used it on his head. And I strongly believe, he will start getting the hair in his crown the way he needs it. I apologize. And the reason why I say that is because of this. The main item that you see him using on his shorts and his videos is called the detoxifying beard face wash. Now, even as it says detoxifying beard face wash, is this the reason why? Fellas and ladies that have men in their lives, whether they're brothers, uncles, whatever they may be, have a beard. Every guy has a bad habit. He pushes the beard backwards. You very rarely see a guy sitting down pushing the beard forward. That's rule number one, that most guys make that mistake, because underneath here, there's no sunlight. There's very little air hitting down here. So every time you're pushing it back, you're pushing all that stuff that was on the front, whether it's dirt, whether it's grime, whether it's dust, whether it's what you ate, what you drank, someone spoke to you, whatever it may be, you're pushing it to the back, and you're messing up the skin underneath the beard towards the neck area, which is back here. Of course, the longer the beard, the more chances you have. Now, it doesn't matter how you wash, because you're supposed to wash forward, because when you put the soap on, you put the wash on, you push forward so it comes out towards the front. That's the biggest thing about beard wash. And the reason why it's named detoxifying face and beard wash is because what it does is that it washes away the gunk that's been sitting. And I say gunk, yes, because many of you, even I, depending where you work, you have this tendency of having all this stuff placed on your face. So it clogs your pores. Then you get what many of you call pimples, acne. You're trying to figure out how that happens. It's because your pores are not accustomed. Your skin is not accustomed to having something foreign on your face. So we have created an item which is called the detoxifying beard and face wash, so that you can wash off the chemicals or the nonsense that's on your face that's clogging your pores and stopping the hair from growing. Now, I go back to what Ant Like the Bug was doing. He actually did several videos, and we're watching his journey. Now, I'm not saying this just because I want to say it. You can watch his video, and he can contest it. He's now confirmed and pleased that he's starting to see some hair growing near his nose. And he said it. He's never had hair near his nose. He's never had a connection from where the beard is supposed to meet the actual mustache. So he's quite happy there's some connection going. He says on the side where the sideburn is at and where the beard usually fills in it, it's still going. But yet again, please understand, it has only been a week. I believe it's been a week, maybe 8 days, that he has just started this journey. And if he feels and strongly sees that there's a difference, it's safe to say that the top to bottom products, which is TOP number 2 BOTTU for uniquem.com, we can confirm that the items work as long as you follow the consistency and follow our directions on how to use with your journey. So let me read to you, as I always say, if you can read the ingredients of the item that you're utilizing, you tend to be a little bit more happier knowing what the items are, or the ingredients rather. So with the detoxifying face and beard wash, it is made with African black soap, kaolin clay, and aloe vera. Now, for those that don't understand why those three are in there, is because of this. We know that aloe vera is a very moisturizing and a healing type of plant. So now you see we're using plants. So we're using plant-based ingredients as well, because the plants is something that was made many, many years ago to help people heal their skin and so forth. The kaolin clay acts as a remover of, I'm going to put in layman's terms, gunk on your face. Instead of sitting there and washing off because it doesn't grab onto the gunk that's on your face or the nonsense, whether it's dust, whether it's oils or contaminants from the air, the kaolin clay assists in taking it off because you need to remove that covering. And we're not talking about stripping because stripping is a much different word. No, we're not talking about stripping. We're talking about removing. So it breaks it up. It breaks up that nonsense that's on your face so that your pores can now open up and say, ah, and once again, breathe happily and absorb the aloe vera into it. So this way the pores starts becoming much more healthier. Okay. And of course, many of you know what the African black soap does. The African black soap is also an additive that helps and assists in making sure that anything that's on the face gets removed, not stripped, because again, stripping is not good. It is removing the gunk that's on your face. Because some people out there that I know of personally, they work in warehouses, they work around kids. And of course, those are the two nastiest places to work because kids always carry germs. It's a known fact. And of course, if you work in a warehouse, there's germs and dust all over the place. That's a known fact. So there's nothing to be upset with what I'm saying. It's just a fact. So these two items assist in removing all that gunk so the aloe vera can get into your pore. And when the aloe vera gets into your pore, it starts cleaning it from the inside out. So instead of getting pimples, your skin tends to be a lot better. And on top of that, the kaolin clay, what the kaolin clay does, it actually neutralizes any foulness in your pore. So instead of having large open pores, now the pore goes back to its normal size because the kaolin clay assists in making it nice and tight again, so that it actually is nourished with the ingredients and the nourishment that it needs. Okay, that's the purpose of that. So instead of having these large holes and these big old dookie, I call them dookie bumps and stuff like that because they're pimples, they look nasty. You use the beard face wash, and of course it does the same thing with the beard because the beard needs to have all that nonsense removed because it has to be washed correctly. We're not talking about just throwing a little bit of soap, a little ivory, a little Dawn. Yes, I've seen guys do it, Dawn. Something that they walk into the men's bathroom and they find a little soap dispenser and they put it on their beard. No, you're damaging your beard. Then your beard gets all hard and brittle and you have all these other things. You don't want that. So this is the reason why we made the actual art that the wife made, the Queen of Queens, made the detoxifying beard wash. Now, we know that there are several people out there using the detoxifying face beard wash. Some of them actually have been able to let us know how it's actually working, and some of them want to stay laid back because they want to show us the journey as it has progressed. Okay, so let me read the ingredients to you of the detoxifying beard wash. And I always say, if you can read the ingredients, you should be 100% comfortable with what you utilize. So the ingredients are as follows. Distilled water. Now, again, this is the detoxifying beard face wash. So not only does it work on the hair, it works on the face because the face is going to be much more delicate than the beard. So distilled water infused with elderberries, burdock, licorice root, raw African black soap, kaolin clay, rice bran oil, fenugreek oil, MCT oil, aloe vera, vegan glucoside, surfactant, vegetable glycerin, guar gum, apple cider vinegar for the pH adjustment, natural preservatives, pumpkin sandalwood oil. Was there anything that you guys could not understand what I said? Please tell me. Was there anything in those ingredients that I just read to you sound like yellow number 5, red dye 18, not knowing what it is? Okay? Simplify. And these are all ingredients that assist in making the skin healthy, because what many of you need to understand is if the skin is not healthy, the hair cannot come through the skin. It's just a simple fact. Because you clog the pore gets infected. The pore is where the hair comes out. And if it doesn't come out, it gets even worse. So let's understand it. So the ingredients are there for those that need to know what the ingredients are. I'm going to read it one more time. On the detoxifying beard face wash, it is distilled water infused with elderberries, burdock and licorice root, raw African black soap, kaolin clay, rice bran oil, fenugreek oil, MCT oil, aloe vera, vegan glucoside, surfactant, vegetable glycerin, guar gum, apple cider vinegar, adjustment for pH, of course, natural preservatives, pumpkin sandalwood oil. It's real simple. Nothing difficult. If you can read it, you should feel safe with it. So this is an item that we decided to put on as a gift idea for those that need to give a gift to someone. Because let me tell you, if you go to a party and you kiss the guy that has a beard and scratches your face or it smells funky, guess what? You can give him this gift so that he actually knows what to do next time he goes to a party. And he won't have to be smelling funky. He can have good cologne on, which, by the way, I'm going to tell you something about that. He can have good cologne on, but don't mean that his beard's right. All right? So, for the women, we also found a way to create an item so that it actually is on the gift idea, which is called the Gentle Daily Face Wash with passion flower, roses, passion fruit extract. Now, that particular item, okay, for you ladies, is this pretty brown, reddish wash for your face. This is another item that would make your face very, very smooth. It would eliminate the nonsense because some of you do work on trucks, some of you do work in vans, some of you do work on school buses, some of you work in cafeterias, some of you work in your warehouses, some of you may even work in a hospital where you deal with a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff falls on your face, and you want to be able to wash your face, and you want your face to feel smooth, and you want it to feel nice. You don't want it to feel heavy. You don't want it to be putting on something that makes your face feel heavy. It's like it feels very dry. You don't want that. So let me read to you the ingredients behind the Gentle Face Wash, that beautiful brown reddish colored face wash. As I mentioned, it has passion fruit flowers. So the moment of you, here we go again. If it's an ingredient that you can hear and you can read, you would feel much more comfortable in knowing what you're actually buying. So the Gentle Daily Face Wash with passion flower, which is passion fruit extract, which you both, okay? Distilled water infused in passion flowers and roses, passion flower extract, chamomile extract. Now, if y'all don't know what chamomile is, think about this. Many of you drink chamomile tea. Why do you drink chamomile tea? Chamomile tea is a relaxer, right? It's a relaxer. So you want your face to feel relaxed when you're washing your face. You don't want to feel like it's being scrubbed on. No, you want it to be relaxed. So chamomile extract, passion fruit, panthenol, vitamin B5, vegetable glycerin. You hear what I say, right? Vegetable glycerin? That already tells you that it's organic right there. There's no way you can turn around and say it's not healthy. It's organic. That's why top to bottom is top to bottom organics. Okay. And that's www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique M.com. Let's go on. Let's move on. So as I said, vitamin B5, vegetable glycerin, guarcat, bio-based gluten glycol. Some of you may say, what is that? If you ask that question, we'll answer it. It's actually something that's very healthy and very, very good for the skin. Also, propanol 1 and 3 for hydration. You hear that? Propanol. You're like, what the heck is propanol? Propanol is an extract that is utilized, an ingredient inside the passion oil to give you that silkiness, to give you that smoothness in your skin. Because as a woman, many of you guys know you want to grab that face and touch that face. Ooh, she's got a real nice face. Or you want to kiss on the cheek. Ooh, her skin's nice and soft, nice and smooth. You don't want to kiss and feel like a kissing a guy's beard. No, you want her skin to be soft. So this is why we actually put that in there, or rather the wife put that in there. Okay, it's for hydration. And also, let's understand, vegan. Here we go. Vegan surfactants, eco-certified preservatives. So right there, we have very, very much vetted the actual company where we get the ingredients from, so that when we produce the items, or rather when the queen produces the items to everyone, they can safely know that the ingredients are eco-certified, which means that they have actually come from the earth, naturally sourced from reputable places, not from somebody's backyard, not from underneath somebody else's desktop or someone else's sink. It's actually comes from a reputable company. Okay, that's why it is. Again, I read the ingredients to the Gentle Face Wash for women, and maybe even men, because you might have no beard and you should have a nice smooth face. This works for you as well, as long as you follow the directions that we have supplied with every single purchase. Okay. Then again, that is www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique M.com. Now again, spell it exactly how I'm saying it, because I actually had somebody, I was on the phone with a potential customer, and they actually were sitting there typing in BOTTOM, and like, Jay, I can't find it. I said, you keep putting O into that. He goes, how did you know? I said, because you said you couldn't find it. I said BOTTU for unique uniquem.com. He typed it right in. He said, man, it came right on up. I said, see, that's what I'm trying to say. You just listen to myself. www.top2BOTTU for uniquem.com. And it comes right on up. And after you look at it and you peruse through the website, you'll get an alert to download the app. This way, you can always look at the app a lot faster. And if you find something you like and you want to purchase it, you can purchase it free from the app as opposed to going to the actual website. And it's easier to share with someone else. Phone to phone, you can share it a lot easier when it's an app. Okay. One of the other ingredients I want to talk to you guys about is the wonderful body wash. Why I say it so many times? Because the body wash was something that many, many people had asked for. And the Queen of Queens went back to her notebook, pulled out her notebook, formulated something, created something that's so wonderful. As you guys saw, this one, this beautiful yellow colored masterpiece is what I want to call it. Okay, this is the calendula body wash. And I'll talk about that one in a minute. And I'll tell you why I'll talk about it in a minute, because I have very sensitive skin. This wonderful chocolate looking one, okay, this is the hibiscus. Now, the reason why it's chocolate is because you guys can't really see how brown it is because you're on camera. But in person, it's got a like hue to it, nice little hue to it, right? Now, here's the great thing about it. When you infuse actual flowers and you use actual flowers, that means you actually take the flower and you infuse it. Some of you understand what we mean by infuse. There's some of you actually have drinks, infused drinks. So you understand, the more that it sits inside a liquid, it removes the coloring from the actual plant. That's what we're doing. Okay, and I say we because I've actually sat there and watched it. It's like watching dry paint. I watched the ingredients and the coloring come off the petals of the flowers that are used so that if the hibiscus body wash smells just like hibiscus and roses, because both flowers are inside there. Now, again, some people say, why would you want to put flowers inside a body wash? Why put a fragrance in the body wash so that it smells good? And then you don't know where the fragrance came from. You don't know how many different sources or how many chemicals they put into that fragrance so that it can smell like a piñata or an apple or a pina colada drink. You don't know how many chemicals went inside that body wash. But yet here at top to bottom, which is www.top2BOTTU, the uniquem.com, we're telling you we're using flowers to draw out that color, to draw out that richness of the actual flower and put it into a body wash. Now, I would like to read to you the actual ingredients behind the hibiscus body wash. So as I mentioned, infuse hibiscus flower and roses with distilled water, vegetable glycerin, sodium cocoa oil, vegan bio-based butene glycol for conditioning. Now, Ken, you're saying, why would you need something that's called conditioning? We're actually telling you what the actual ingredient is. So if you tell us, well, I don't know what that was, it's a conditioner. What that does is, just like how when many of you have a conditioner for your hair, it's because you want to have that silky smoothness, you want to have that clean feel. You don't want to have a lot of nonsense chemicals on it. That's why we use the conditioner. But we have to use a vegan-based conditioner. That's why it's there. Okay. As I move on, EcoCert preservatives, Glycoside Cap 7, rose essential oil, and vegan thickener only at customers' request. You understand that? Vegan thickener. That means that if you wanted it more thick, you use it. It's a little watery for me. It's a little smooth. Can I have that a little thicker? We have something that is vegan, because of course, vegan means that it's healthy and it comes from a plant. It's plant-based, so that it goes on your body and it doesn't get you sick, because we believe in caring for the whole self. And again, as I mentioned before, if I can read the ingredients to you and you can read the ingredients, you should be much more comfortable than reading a bunch of ingredients that you can't even understand. Just because it smells good and you put it on your body, and then you're trying to figure out why you're sick. Okay, so these are definitely another ones that are going to be on the website on the gift side for gifts under 20. And coming back to the calendula, now many of you may ask why calendula is so important to Jade, the candle connoisseur, because the calendula is very, very, how would I put this in very simple terms? very easy on the skin. And what I mean by easy on the skin is I have very sensitive skin. I get flare-ups just because dust falls on my body. I get a flare-up. That's not good. That means that that my skin doesn't like what's coming in contact with me. Okay. Even if someone hugged me, I tell you like this: if someone hugged me in the middle of summer and I look at them, they all sweat. I'm like, I'm getting you. No, no, don't touch me. Don't, no, no, no. Matter of fact, you stay 5 feet away from me. We'll be right. Because I don't want my skin to flare up because of whatever's on their bodies. So the same thing. When I used to work in a warehouse, I used to get these flare-ups. I had to wear long sleeves in the middle of summer. Anybody who understands this, wearing long sleeves in the middle of summer, 100 degrees, you wearing a long sleeve, you know for a fact you got to be at your cotton picking mind to be doing that. But I had to do that because, of course, back then I couldn't deal with getting flared up because of it. So, of course, the Queen of Queens, as she continued making the product that many people call for, they asked for a body wash that's safe on the skin. She made it. So understand that is why that is my favorite, because it doesn't harm my skin at any given moment. Now, I'm going to read to you the ingredients. And like I said before, here at top to bottom, which is www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique m.com. And I said it again, BOTTU for unique m.com. We care for the whole self. Okay. So we care for the whole self. That means from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your feet. That's why we have a product for every part of your body. And I mean every part of your body. Guys, yes, you too. Okay. We have products for every single part of your body. Okay. So with that being said, try to understand that this is something that we really, really focus on, is making sure that we can actually cover every part of your body and every step of your journey we talk about, right? So also, as I mentioned, my favorite, the chamomile calendula body wash. Let me read you the ingredients. Infused calendula, dandelion, chamomile. Ken, like I said before, a lot of you drink chamomile tea because it's relaxing. So this one has infused flowers, the calendula, the dandelion, and of course the chamomile with marshmallow root, all distilled in water. Okay, distilled water at that, because there's a difference between regular water and distilled water. And if you don't know the difference, one is actually the steam. The steamed water is the distilled water. That's much more natural. That's much more safer because it has removed any kind of toxins and any kind of chemicals. That's what it's for. Okay, that's why we utilize it. Glycerin, sodium cocoa, vegan-based glycol, and again for conditioning, EcoCert preservatives, pesticide, cap 7. Now, there are no essential oils in this formula. What I mean by that is because you smell it, it smells wonderful. It smells like the actual flower. It's not an oil. It's not a fragranced oil. It's not an essential oil. It's not a chemical that makes that flowery smell. No, it's the actual flower that's infused in the distilled water. That's what makes it so wonderful. Because again, I have very sensitive skin, so I can't use anything over the counter. I'm tired of using things over the counter. Okay, and that too will be on the gifts for under 20, where you can actually gift it. Because some of you may know somebody that has a little BO. You know, it happens. You know, bad body odor. You know, they got BPO. You want to help them out. You give them a gift. Tell them, listen, you know, this might be able to might help you better because you might be using something that's going to get you sick. And here's something that's actually not going to get you sick. Be surprised. They may thank you for it, you know? So one of the other items I want to talk about before we get into the real heavy gift ideas, okay, is Indian rose oil, right? Now, one of my beautiful things that I love about this is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me see if I can get this in there. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see these rose petals floating inside? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Do you understand why? Look at this. Look at this. Those are rose petals. And the reason why I have to look like this because my glasses are bifocal, so I got to see from the bottom. Don't laugh at me. It just happens to be that way. So, the Indian rose oil, right? The Indian rose oil was created for the scalp, for the body, and for the hair. Now, we know for a fact someone was vacationing one time, and they got a sunburn, and they didn't have anything for the sunburn. They turned around and said, you know what, I'm just going to try it. They slapped it on, and they called us the same moment and said, I didn't know I can use the Indian rose oil for a sunburn. We said, why not? It's for the hair. It's for the scalp. It's for the skin. What do you think it's going to do? It's going to soothe the skin because that's what it's made to do. It's made naturally with roses so that the roses and the nutrients from the roses can heal the skin along with all the other things that we added to it. Now, again, this can be found at www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique m.com. Men and women, it's all over. Listen, top to bottom, top of the head to the bottom of the feet. 8 to 80. Matter of fact, 6 to 8. Matter of fact, 5 to 90. It don't matter now, male or female. It's good for you. Let me read this to you. Roses. You know how they say if the first ingredient is understandable, you can feel a little comfortable. Roses, hibiscus, 18 additional Indian herbs and roots infused in sunflower oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, Jamaican black castor oil, lavender oil, rosemary oil, and vitamin E. Did you not understand anything I said? Please tell me which one you didn't understand. I'm going to read it one more time. Roses, hibiscus, 18 additional Indian herbs and roots infused in sunflower oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, Jamaican black castor oil, lavender oil, rosemary oil, and vitamin E. Now, again, people, I don't know about y'all, or maybe some of y'all, but I believe it like this. If you can read the ingredients, you should be much more happier by putting it on your body. Because if you can't read it, then why are you putting it on your body? Then when you go to the doctor tells us, oh, your skin looking real good. Well, you know, I use X, Y, and Z. I use top to bottom products. And this is what is on there. They can't say it's that product. Because why? Because it's actually something that's healthy. Because it's actually naturally made. It's naturally made from the earth. We are to be one with the earth. That's what it is. Okay? Now, let me jump into a few other things before we close out the show. Okay? We have turned around and created some designer men's fragrance rollerballs. Why? Because here's the funny thing. I know back in the day, something like this big would help a whole lot better when I'm out and about. Why? Because most of us had, bottles that were about this big, right? Maybe a little bit bigger. And we always get pissed off because we got no place to hide it. So you stuck it in the glove compartment of your car, stuck it in your backpack, stuck it in your satchel, but you was mad. This right here, put it right in your pocket. Right in your pocket. You can smell good every single time of the day. And on top of that, you do not have to worry about how you smell. That's the biggest thing. So we turned around and we reached out to another supplier, and they supplied it with designer fragrances, okay, and oils. So yes, designer fragrance oils, so that we can actually create a designer style of oil for the men. So we have what is called Outlaw, okay. We have one that's called the Garcia, and we have one that is called where did it go? I forgot. Brute. Okay. Now you ask, what are you talking about? Now on the website, of course, at www.top number 2 dot. Oh, let me rephrase that. www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique m.com. You would find a list of the notes that we have for every designer cologne that we are furnishing or actually allowing you guys to buy for a gift, because these are gifts under 20. Okay, so that's the whole concept. Gifts under 20, because many of you are coming across the time frame of giving out gifts. So we're presenting you with gifts and gift ideas. And I'm going to run back to you again, and I'm going to show you some of the gifts. Okay, the other one, which is my favorite, this is where I come in. Okay, I come in as far as the candle connoisseur. Okay, as a candle connoisseur, I can guarantee you this, and I don't know any company out there that can guarantee you what I'm about to say. Okay? I can guarantee you that the moment that you pop it open, take that whiff, cover it, get home, that aroma is going to be still there. Okay? Guarantee it. I can also guarantee you this, that a mini, which is this one here, this is a mini, which comes in various colors because there's various aromas inside the minis. Okay? I guarantee you that each mini candle will burn 20 up to 23 hours. And why I say that is because we have a very, very fond gentleman that has been buying many, many candles, and he has not been upset with any candle yet. And of course, even if there is one that he didn't like, he still gave it praise because it's just not to his liking. So I have to guarantee it because he is a superb individual behind the aromas of candles, and he likes candles very, very much. So if he's pleased with it, I'm guaranteeing my candles, and I put my candles up against anybody. Right now, there are many companies selling candles at reduced prices. What you don't know is that the soy wax blend, which is what they're using, only has a 2-year shelf life. So if that candle, let's say for example, this candle has a soy wax blend, which mine don't. Here at top to bottom, which is www.top number 2 BOTTU for uniquem.com, guarantees that our candles are made fresh. Now, some of you say, well, how can you make a fresh candle? I'm going to say me, because I'm the candle connoisseur. I made sure that the soy, 100% soy wax, is only 1 year old. Because if you buy a candle that has wax in it that's 2 years old, it eliminates the actual aroma. It doesn't burn correctly. It winds up burning very, very foul, which means it gives a bad odor, which then on top of that, it burns very quickly because the wax is burning faster because it's not alive anymore. It's just like the oil in your car. You have to change your oil every 3 months or every 6,000 miles. Same thing. The wax has a shelf life. Okay. Many of you don't know that, and I'm telling you why. I guarantee the top to bottom candles. I guarantee them. I'll put our candles up against any candle that you purchase, and I guarantee my candles or our candles here at top to bottom will supersede that candle 3 times over. Okay, guarantee it. Why? Because our candles are 100% soy wax, not a soy blend, not mixed with anything. It's a 100% soy wax. Okay, and every candle, whether it's the mini or large, okay, mini or large, the large comes in three different colors, or 2 colors rather, because one of them is clear, one is white, and one is black. Okay, the jars may vary depending on what you're purchasing. The jars, I guarantee you would get 200 hours of burn time if you follow our directions. 200 hours of burn time. You tell me where another 16-ounce candle, because again, most of you are buying a 14.5. Listen very carefully, because if you don't believe me, look at that. Look at the instructions and look at what your details are when you're purchasing the candle. You're buying a 14.5 soy blend wax for $10, $11, or $7. Okay, and you're buying a bunch of them because you want the aroma to be great, but the aroma doesn't stay there. The burn doesn't look right. The pull doesn't look right, which is a little amount of wet wax in the middle of the actual jar. That's the pull. And even down to the aroma is not the same from when you smelled it. Okay? That I can guarantee you. And if you think I'm lying, somebody in the chat tell me about it. Because I can tell you right now, it ain't happening. I can guarantee that. So the minis, the colored minis, because of course we have various colors. Every color represents the time of season that many of you are walking into. Green, red, yellow, amber color, brownish cocoa color, and a pumpkinish color, orangey color. And I designed them that way because many of you had asked, Jay, can you match the colors that we're going into, which is the fall colors? I said, yeah, I can try. So successfully, I have made it. And I've made several of them. Okay, so you go to the website, check them out. The minis will give you up to 22 hours of burn time as long as you follow my directions. Large would give you almost 200 hours of burn time as long as you follow my directions. And the most important is this. As long as you pop it open, fall in love with that aroma, burn it correctly, it will smell exactly the same when you smell it cold, when you smell it hot. Because there's a hot throw and then there's a cold throw. The cold throw is this. When it's not lit, that's the cold throw. That's your cold throw. Your hot throw, of course, is when it's lit. So my candles here at top to bottom, which is www.top.bottu-for-unique-m.com, guarantees that our candles will supersede any candle that you've had in the past. Any candle. I don't care where you get it from. Listen, the baseball name company, the room that you sit in, or you know, when you sit in and you wash your face, brush your teeth at, that company too. The other one that seems to be a duck. Listen, I don't care where you get your candle from. Okay, you're getting a 14.5 large candle, 3-wick, and just in case, I'm going to try to bring this in as close as possible slowly. So here is a 16-ounce 3-wick. I'm going to call it a 6-wick, just in case. Because if you look closely, you're going to see that it's, maybe not, there it is. You see that there? You have a wood wick and a cotton wick. So I would say that this is a 6-wick because you have a cotton and you have a wood inside. Okay? 16 ounces where you get 200 hours of burn time. Ain't nobody else going to guarantee you that. I'm guaranteeing mine. And the aroma from beginning to end, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, beginning to end, as long as you follow my directions. Okay? So that too is being placed on the gifts for under 20 so that all of you that are out there can actually purchase a candle and gift it to someone and or gift it to yourself because you want to have that spa-like moment. And it's fine. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown. Okay? Here's what happens. All the ones I'm presenting now are gifts under 20 that will be on the website starting today. Okay? And also understand that we have a pay program, which means you pay a portion up front and the company you deal with will give you installments. So you're not shelling out all that money. And here's the greatest part behind that. You don't have to break the bank to give somebody a gift that they're going to turn around and take it right back to the store because they didn't like what you gave them. Who doesn't like candles? Who doesn't like body wash? Who doesn't like a fragrance soap? Who doesn't like a designer cologne? Who doesn't like a face wash that's going to make their face better? Who's not going to like a beard wash that's going to make the beard much more healthier? Okay? So again, these are things and these are reasons why we here at toptobottom.com, which is www.top.bottu-for-unique-m.com, emphasize we care for the whole self. You heard me read some of the ingredients. You heard me read some of the products. And like I say, and like I tell you, you can ask anyone, if you can't read, and I say it again, if you can't read the ingredient, why are you still using it? It's getting you sick. Use an ingredient that you can actually understand. Listen to the ingredients, read the ingredients. Even if you peruse the website, you can actually see the ingredients on the website. It's www.top.bottu-for-unique-m.com. Check out the website. Read the ingredients. See how happy you would feel knowing that you're getting a plant-based item on your body, on your face, on your head, on your scalp, on your skin, on your feet, on your toes, on your fingernails, on your actual beard, on your throat, on your ears. Yes, everywhere, from top to bottom. That's what it is. T-O-P, number 2, B-O-T-T-U for unique M.com. And let's not forget, we got the smell good. We got the designer men's colognes. We have naturally made fragrance roll balls for women. Okay? Everything is to smell good, down to the candles. We have candles that I guarantee you cannot find anyone that would beat my candles. It ain't happening. It just ain't happening. So with that being said, let me run this down to you. Let me run it down to you. Let me run it down to you again. I'm going to show you item for item that's going to be under gifts for under 20. Mini candles in colors. Okay. Every color has a specific name behind it. It represents the color. Okay. We have one that's called cocoa. I don't have it with me on the table. We have cocoa. It smells just like hot chocolate. You can ask Ron. From Ron's opinion, don't matter. Ron is exuberantly happy with his hot cocoa candle. Okay. I'm just saying. That's one of them. Also, we have a spiritual. For those that know why spiritual, spiritual is a purple candle. For those that under the Latinos maybe and some other people remember this spray that it was called money gain, something like that back in the day. It replicates that. It has the same type of aroma. It's more of an incense, strong incense. For a store that has incense, that's what it represents. Okay. For those that like pine, because many of you are actually coming into a season now that you want to follow the pine trees. You have trees in your house. You want something else. See this little bad boy here? This little bad boy is green because it represents the pine tree. This is the white birch. Okay. This smells just exactly like the tree was cut from beginning to end. This is also on your gift ideas for under 20 on toptobottom.com. Okay. As I mentioned, the body wash, whether it's hibiscus, whether it's zinc, whether it's lavender, whether it's hibiscus, they're all on the website. It's going to be part of the gifts for 20. Okay. Gifts for 20. Okay. Don't forget that. As I mentioned before, for the women and the men who want a nice, smooth face and a clean face with no nonsense, get yourself the Gently Daily Face Wash. It is the one that has the roses. As I mentioned before, you can read the ingredients and the passion fruit. Passion fruit and roses. I had to mention that because it's a passion fruit as well. Passion fruit extract. This makes your face feel nice and smooth. This is what keeps your face happy. This is what's going to make you happier when you lay down, knowing the skin feels exactly the same when you lay down to when you woke up. To go ahead with your other regimen that you have, and or if you like us to give you a regimen, we'll be more than glad to give you a regimen. We'll give you a regimen that works for you and you only, so that your face will be much more happier for the winter that's coming in and the cold weather. And if you live someplace hot, this way the heat doesn't abuse your skin. That's why we'll do it for you. So this one's also part of the gifts for under 20. Okay. So you have your men's or your women's face wash. The beard face wash is also going to be part of it. The body wash is going to be part of it. The candles, large and small, is going to be part of it. Your designer fragrance is going to be part of the gifts for 20. As I mentioned, let me show you. Again, I got big hands. Look at this. Look at this. It fits in my hand. Even if you get on a plane, you have some smell good. They cannot knock you if you have 3 or 4 of these. They can't knock you for it. You got 3 or 4 of them, so you're all right. Okay? That's going to help you. All right? We also have fragrances for women. We have one that many people are very happy about, which is a rollerball. It's called Bloom. Bloom is something that's got a lot of women going crazy for it because it smells great. We also have another one that's called Baby Powder. Baby Powder also another one. A lot of women like baby powder. Guys like to smell women that smell like baby powder. Look, we know what happened with baby powder many, many years ago. That's why we specifically focus on naturally, can't say it's enough, natural, organic, plant-based ingredients so that you know for sure that you're getting something that's healthy for you. As I mentioned before, baby powder, we know baby powder had a big situation many, many years ago, so we stood away from that. We are giving you something that's naturally sourced and sourced from a reputable company. We here at www.top2BOTTU for unique M.com, which is top-to-bottom.com organics. We care for the whole self. Okay. So I am Jay. I am your candle connoisseur. Keep in mind that on the website you will see our phone number. This is one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't understand. Our phone number reaches directly to us, not a robot. Or rather, you get a robot for the first 30 seconds and then it connects. But you will get us, not someone sitting in the middle of the desert waiting for a red phone to ring. You'll get us on the phone, get us on the text. You can reach us in almost every social media concept, every social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever ever is out there. You guys can find us because we're everywhere. There's so many to mention. Okay. So with that being said, always understand that here at toptobottom.com, we care for the whole self. We believe in that if you can read the ingredients, you should be much more happier and feel safe that the product you're using is working for you, not a product that is made for everyone and maybe do what it needs to do. Because here's the funny thing. I've seen many of you buy 10, 12, 15 bottles of an item and still try to figure out why your hair and your skin is not working right. Safe to say that you're spending all that money. Yeah, you're real simple. You buy 10 bottles of five at $5 each. 10 bottles at $5 each. Yeah, you got a whole lot of it, and you're making yourself sick. So you spend $50 on something that's making you sick versus buying yourself something that's $20 to make yourself better. It doesn't make. Come on, people. It's not rocket science. It's not that hard to figure out. You're getting it cheap because it's cheaply made. They don't care about you. We here at Top to Bottom, which is www.top2BOTTU for unique M.com. We care for the whole self. From 8 to 80, 6 to 90, top to bottom, top of your head to the bottom of your feet. We cover it all. We have everything for you, including, if I almost forgot, we also have bonnets, hair bonnets for you guys and for you girls that want to keep your locks from getting all jacked up and all messed up. We have bonnets. Double satin bonnets. Okay, double satin. Did you hear me when I said that? Double satin with a strap, so you can strap it behind your neck. You can strap it on your forehead. You can strap it under your chin. Hell, if you want to be a Picasso type person, you can do it. Okay, because we had that for you. So just go over to the website www.top2BOTTU for unique M.com. Take a look at the website. Look at the ingredients, read the ingredients, ask yourself this major question. Do I feel safe with what I'm using now? Can I read the ingredients of what I'm using now versus what I'm reading on this website? If the answer is no, you need to stop using what you're using and buy top to bottom products. We have many people that have contested on camera and on phone. We have a video. We did a video thanks to Ron from Ron's Pain Don't Matter. We had a segment where people came on and they said, listen, we are not shopping anywhere else, and we are so happy with your products, and we want you to continue making our products because we believe in you, and we want our skins to stay healthy. We want our hairs to be healthy. We want our lives to be much more better, and we appreciate you sticking here with us through our journey. Ant Like the Bug is another one. He is another new member to the YouTube family. He has actually put YouTube videos out of the product. And we reach out to him every single day and make sure that his journey is going where he wants to go and where he wants to go with it. Okay, that's the reason why we care for the whole stuff, because we believe in our product. We're an American-made company. It is the formulated creator of my wife, which has gone to school. She still goes to school. She still learns how to formulate. And I am just a candle connoisseur, which is just a simple thing to add to the top to bottom line. So here at toptobottom.com, which is www.top number 2, BOTTU, which stands for unique, M.com. I am Jay, your candle connoisseur, and my wife, which is the Queen of Queens, is the CEO, formula creator behind Top to Bottom products, which we all care for the whole self, and we care about you. Hence the reason why our products are naturally sourced, plant-based, and organically made. Okay? So with that being said, I bid you all a great night. We once again thank Ron from Ron's Opinion Don't Matter for allowing us to peruse his website and speak to his audience on the top to bottom products. And hopefully, and just maybe, those that are looking for a gift idea will look at this video, go to the website, find a gift, and take advantage of the ideas that we present on the website and the way you can purchase the items with the simplest forms of breaking up your payments, so you don't have to shell out a whole bunch of money to buy a nice gift for someone. So with that being said, I bid you all a great night. and I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And of course, always remember, never tell your loved ones bye. Always tell your loved ones, I'll see you later. So with that being said, I will say to you all, I will see you later. Here from top to bottom, the CEO, which is my wife, which is the Queen of Queens. She would be graciously found of anyone reaching out to her via website, phone call, text message, social media platforms, YouTube channels. And by the way, check out the YouTube channel, top to bottom YouTube channel. Look at cosmetic woes to understand why we focus so much on caring for the whole self. This way, you get an idea of why we are so adamant about using plant-based items and organically created products as well. And of course, the candles, which I am the candle connoisseur. You can ask me a ton of questions. I can outrun anybody with questions, okay? And give you the answer that you're looking for when it comes to candles, because no one else is going to do it for you. So here at top to bottom, which is www.top number 2 BOTTU for unique m.com. I bid you all a good night. I wish you all the best of anything that you are looking for the rest of the week. And of course, any holidays or holy days you have coming up, may they be the best that you're looking for. And hopefully, we can be part of your gifts because we have plenty of gifts under 20, so you can naturally have your pockets saved for those other things that you want to buy. So, with that being said, I'm Jay, your candle connoisseur, and I bid you all a good night, and I will see you all later. So, good night.